Hello. Hello. Hello.
And I suppose, in a way, the start of the show was the lift piece, which was in itself a new work. I try to treat the whole museum or gallery, equally, so not just in the main spaces, and I think that's the reason that I've often made work in transient spaces like an elevator, because those are spaces that are not necessarily ones. They're where you're travelling, so you're moving, so they're not necessarily where you would stop and look. And so I think they lend themselves to the kind of experience that I'm talking about, that might not be planned. They're not that moment when you've arrived and you're saying, okay, now this is the experience of art, because those times, I think, are often the most disappointing ones, Just since I went up last week, I've been thinking about a new wall painting for the foyer. So I'm trying to use the foyer area, the entranceway in front of the reception desk, and I've got some works planned for there. So I think there'll be a few new works, as well as, I like an arrangement of older works. Well, I think that incremental gradations, or whatever you want to call it, or the building up that happens in a lot of works, or the kind of pyramid shapes, or that is, in my mind, like a very conscious attempt to make a picture of growth, or to make a picture, like those works are ones in which you can actually see how they're built, So going from big to small, or small to big, is a way of showing the growing up of something, and I think the reason I've done that in these works is because that's what that's a way of trying to show a sort of a process happening, and that's what I like, things in movement, progressing, I like progression, because I don't like feeling, stuck and still. So just like the lift goes up and the voices go up or down, so also the paint brushes go up or down, So I suppose it's a way of trying to make a picture of movement with the gradations. That kind of balance, or often use of opposites or symmetry, is, in my mind, comes from anxiety. The anxiety being the question, am I doing the right thing here? Maybe not. I want to do this, but I'm not sure if maybe it's not the right thing to do. And my solution to that is to try to do both. Is both to do something and to undo it at the same time. And that's how those works that have this strong duality are. I think of them as works in which I try to both make the work and unmake it at the same time.
And then,
Well, I don't think of music work as different from visual work, and I like trying to do all different kinds of work, not just in one medium, because I don't like to feel pinned down. To chop and change, maybe I think if I work in music, maybe I go back to sculpture, try maybe freshly, and the same in the other direction. The works that get numbered are basically the works that go out into the world. The numbering system is started as a way of being able to not take away the need for titles, and also to not just say untitled. So as a simple way to catalogue works. I don't know if I'm surprised if people are shocked, or because I've been shocked by some, things that I've done, like the sick film and the ship film. I found quite shocking, quite difficult to make. In other words, the difficulty that I have, with some of these subjects is the reason that I got involved with them, because I want to investigate and find out, if it strikes a chord with you or gets under your skin, because I think for me that's what working is. I'm trying to, when I work, I want to make my life better, and that's partly to do with wanting to feel excited and alive, and so working is also, in a way, you could think of it as like pinching yourself, or even, slightly hurting yourself to make sure that you're still alive,
I can't move. I can't move. I can't do things. I want things to happen to me.
More and more, I suppose, I have been not making my work with my own hands, so the work's more designed, or you could think of it a bit like architecture, that it's planned and designed, but someone else actually builds it. And it looks to me as if, I think I do that because I find it very difficult to let go of things. And when I work on things myself, I often work on them and work on them and work on them, until I spoil them. And so for me, a way of not spoiling it is to not touch it. That's a solution to my problem of being kind of obsessive and not being able to let go of things. So if I work with my hands off, I I literally can't spoil it because I'm never touched it, you know. And in fact, it makes it very much like music in the sense that the composer would not necessarily be the one actually playing the instruments, you know. And that kind of model works for a lot of my work. For example, the lights going on and off is a work, you know, it's a visual work, but effectively it's like a piece of music, you know, a defined rhythm, which and a set of instructions that can be turned into the work, just like a piece of music can be played.